Hello, everyone. Good afternoon from Toronto. My name is Ayman Chaudhary, and I'm the head of the UN Global Compact Network Canada. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to this informational webinar session on SDG Ambition Accelerator. This session is brought to you by the Global Compact Network Canada, and we are really happy to have you with us today. For those who are not familiar with the UN Global Compact, it is the world's largest corporate sustainability initiative that helps businesses to strengthen their commitment to sustainability. We, Global Compact Network Canada, are the Canadian focal point of this initiative and connecting Canadian companies and other organizations in a global movement dedicated to driving sustainable growth. We support the UN Global Compact participants that are based in Canada in addressing the challenges that they face, and one of our new support initiatives is this SDG Ambition Accelerator. Before we get into our main presentation, I wanted to quickly check what our audience today think about the SDGs and how do they find the implications for businesses. So I would request all of you to please go to slido.com and either from your computer or cell phone and type in the room number 788134 that you can see on the screen, and we're going to participate in a very quick activity. So I'll start the activity as soon as I see some people starting joining this activity. So you can see the screen, slido.com, and the room number is 788134. Okay, I can see people have already started participating in the activity. So this is the question you have. If you can please use 5 or more words to quickly share your thoughts about the SDGs. So what do the SDGs mean to you or your organization? And we can see like how do most of the people find these SDGs. We're gonna spend around a minute on this particular question. And I can see some great responses are already coming in. These are some really good responses. Thank you so much for your participation. I hope you all can see the screen, the Slido screen, and you can see your responses there. I would encourage everyone in the audience today to please participate in the activity. This will give us a good understanding about how do majority of the people find the SDGs and how we can better communicate the SDGs to the business community. Okay, we're gonna spend another 20 seconds on this activity, then we can move to the next question. Inspiration framework, that came out as the most commonly answered question response. That's a very good way to put the SDGs framework. Okay, I think we can now move to the next question as I'm not seeing any more people joining the activity. So the next question we have for you, what is your organization's biggest challenge with the SDGs? When you're trying to implement or to contribute towards the SDGs, what's the kind of biggest challenge you're kind of encountering right now? And again, if you can use 3 to 4 words to give us a indication about your challenge, that'd be great. Okay. Hmm. Some great responses. Thank you again so much for your participation. This is really helpful. Mhm. Great. So far, the most commonly answered response that we are seeing is accountability, which is obviously a very strong challenge associated with SDGs reporting. And we hope this particular program that we'll be discussing today will be solving this particular big challenge, accountability. This program that we'll be discussing today will actually be shaping your commitment towards activities, towards the SDGs, and how best you can align the different initiatives in your organizations with the SDGs. I'm glad that that response came up as one of the top responses. Measuring impact, yes, absolutely. That's also one of the key output of this initiative that we'll be discussing today. So let's spend another 10 seconds and maybe we can then close this poll. So if you haven't participated yet, if you please do, that would be very helpful. Okay, so I think we have a fair bit of understanding, like what do the people in the audience think about the SDGs and their implications on the businesses. The two topmost challenges that I'm seeing here is accountability, measuring impact, absolutely, and the kind of initiative that we'll be discussing today, hopefully will be able to help your organization in solving these two particular challenges. Wonderful, okay, maybe now we can go back to our presentation. And also, as you have moved to Slido, you can use the same platform to also post your questions during the whole presentation. We'll be taking the questions at the end of the presentation. And in the meanwhile, on any topic, if you have any question, please feel free to add those on Slido platform. And we'll start looking at the questions once we are done with the presentation, and we'll try our best to respond to as many as we can, given the session time. So with the deadline of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development fast approaching, urgent and ambitious action is needed to achieve the global goals. And that is why UN Global Compact initiated this accelerator program. It aims to challenge and support global compact participating companies to set ambitious corporate targets and accelerate integration of the 17 Sustainable Development Goals into their core business management. The SDGs Ambition Accelerator Program support companies to move beyond their core business, beyond incremental progress, and step up to transformative change, unlocking business value, building business resilience, and enabling long-term growth. And that's really what the global goals are all about. So this SDG Ambition is a 6 months accelerator program designed by UN Global Compact in partnership with Accenture, 3M, and SAP. This particular program is very timely as we are currently in the decade of action. We only have 9 more years to go to complete the SDGs goals and to meet the SDGs goals and targets. And we are seeing a lot of commitment out there, but unfortunately, with COVID and some other big challenges, we are not seeing enough implementation or enough progress on how we are actually tracking on the different SDGs. So this particular program has been designed to help your organization align the different initiatives that you're already doing towards sustainability and how you can best report back on the SDGs and how you can see those SDGs kind of integrating in your overall business operation. And why you should actually be participating in this program, because right now, as I've mentioned, urgent, scalable, and multi-stakeholder action is required to dramatically accelerate progress. And it is important, like all the stakeholders and shareholders are already asking businesses, what are you doing on the SDGs? So this program and your participation in the program will help you to better design those different responses for your stakeholders. It will help you to take a clear stand and demonstrate bold leadership to transform business models. So this year, Canada, in UN Global Compact, we have almost like 67 local networks, and Canada is one of those networks. Last year, out of those 67 networks, this program has been offered in 30 networks. And this year, with the kind of interest that we are seeing, how organizations are willing to up their initiative around SDGs, we have decided to bring this program in Canada. But I just wanted to quickly share the stat of the round one, which has just been completed this year in March. And we have the statistics. So when this program was launched last year from UN Global Compact, globally, more than 600 companies registered for the program. And this stat that you're seeing here, so these companies represent almost 7.9 million employees. Their total revenue is more than 1 trillion, and they represent diverse industries. So we are seeing a particular interest about this program from all across industries, and some very large companies and from SMEs as well. And we also did a post-evaluation survey about how did the companies who have participated in the program, how did they find this program? And we are seeing some really positive results, at 81% overall satisfaction. Almost 80% agreed that the accelerator program helped them to identify new ways to contribute to the SDGs. And again, almost 80% agreed that accelerator helped them to set ambitious goals. So when we talk about this SDG ambition, we are particularly looking at some SDG ambition benchmark that has been designed in consultation with a number of different stakeholders. And we have identified 10 different ambitious benchmark for your organization, on which you will be actually aligning the different SDGs goals and targets that you have. So the 10 ambition benchmarks are around gender equality. Then we have water impact, we have a living wage, we have zero waste, then pollution, circular economy, science-based target or climate action. Then you have zero deforestation, and also anti-corruption. So these are the broad themes that your organization can align the different SDGs that you have already identified for your organization. And this accelerator program will help you to understand how those different SDGs that you have can be aligned with these benchmarks, and how you can set these very ambitious targets for your organization. So that's going to be the whole process of this initiative. And this SDG ambition benchmarks are a set of absolute measurable benchmarks grounded in establishing reporting requirements. They translate the SDGs for businesses focusing on where business can drive the greatest impact. And these benchmarks are applicable across all industries, and their implementation is adaptable, allowing companies to define goals and targets in the areas that are most material for the industry context. I think I can see some chat options here. Okay, if you have any questions, I would really recommend that you post it on Slido. We will not be checking the chat or the Q&A functions here, but if you can share your questions or concerns on Slido, that'd be great. Thank you so much. So the way we have designed to target this different SDGs ambition benchmark, or our approach towards this SDGs ambition benchmark, is that first we're going to define the priorities for your SDGs impact. And all of this approach is going to be done through facilitated workshops, through on-demand sessions that I'll be highlighting in a bit. But this is just the overall approach that we have for this program. So first we're going to define priorities for SDG impact and identify relevant benchmarks through principled prioritization. So all this process is going to be explained very clearly by very well renowned experts in the program, and who will be those experts. I'll also be sharing that information. And then we'll be setting goals that match or exceed the benchmark's level of ambition, either as a new goal or aligning existing targets. So if you want to work with any existing target that you have already identified for your organization, you absolutely have the scope. Or through this program, if we want to develop new targets for your organization, you have that scope as well too. And then we're going to identify the pathways which can be taken to achieve each goals, and shape actions and initiatives to drive progress. And how best your organization can take that approach, those are all mentioned in the facilitated workshops. Then the broad goals that we'll be identifying that are related to the different ambitions, and it is not required that your organization will be committing to all of these 10 ambitions. You can either pick just one. Maybe your organization just want to communicate more stronger ambition towards gender equality, or towards circular economy, or towards climate action. You can certainly do that. If you want to have more than one ambition. If you want to commit for multiple, you can certainly do that too. But you're required to have your goals and targets aligned to at least one ambition and kind of have the facilitated sessions driven towards those different ambitions. But you are not required. If you want, we can certainly do that. But so far, we haven't seen any organization committing to all 10 ambitions. But you can certainly pick which of the areas where you see you can actually get the benefits of engaging in this program, and you can strengthen your commitment and ambition towards these particular initiatives. And then, as I was mentioning, so the broad goals that we'll be identifying that aligns with the ambitions, we're going to then define sub goals so that we can identify more specific approaches, how we can tackle those different goals. And then we're going to help you determine the performance metrics that you need to set to monitor progress, like how exactly you are kind of achieving those goals. Are you on track? Do you need to take any other initiatives? So all those things going to be only be understood once we have some defined performance metrics, and we're going to help you to identify those metrics. And then determine the business process needed to enable data flows and driven action. So we're going to be relying on the best practices that we have seen. We have seen some amazing business processes that have been identified through the round one. As I've mentioned, this is the round two implementation. So we already have a wealth of resources that we have collected during round one implementation, and we can always suggest those to you as a recommended business process and how those have helped other organizations to improve this particular action. And then we can also identify system opportunities to accelerate integration and unlock greater value and impact. And then finally, action the opportunities by making key design decisions for business system implementation. I know there are some, you can find probably some technical terms here, but the whole idea of this program is to simplify these different terms that are being used by global organizations that can help your organizations to also solidify the different goals and targets. And all these things going to be explained really clearly and elaborately during the workshop sessions. So the way we will be engaging you in this particular ambition program, so there are 5 different approaches or 5 different ways how we'll be engaging with you. So we're going to offer you some on-demand sessions. And by that, what we mean is that there's going to be some core content that you can access from the platform. So you will be given access to the UN Global Compact Academy platform, and you'll be directed to some particular sessions based on the ambitions of the target that you have identified and which one's going to be applicable for you. So those sessions will be directing you, and you can have those sessions, go through those sessions at your own time and own pace. This is not something that you have to do as a group collaboration. These are just some resources that we'll be directing you towards, and you can just go through those at your own pace and time. Then the next part is the facilitated workshops, where we'll be actually guiding you. So in this facilitated workshops, all the participants in the program are expected to attend. So this is mandatory that all the participants will be attending the facilitated workshops and be working or dealing with the different challenges as a group, so that when we have these questions, when we bring in the sector experts, when we bring in the topic experts, they can understand and they can guide you like how best you can make those have those ambitions set towards your organization and make sure that the goals and targets that you're setting can actually be achieved through your organization. So the whole part of facilitated workshop is to give you that particular handhold in a group setting. Then the next part is the pod reflections. So this is more about like engaging with your peers. So maybe you have a question that you are kind of facing within your organization, but that particular challenge may already have been solved or tackled by any other peers of that other companies. So we will be having that particular sessions where we can have or bring in all the participants within our in this program, and we can quickly share like how different people are finding the different challenges, and we can have a very informal conversations about your approaches towards your participation in this program. And what we have seen previously, the industry peers are so helpful. Like if they have a solution, you are not expected to only hear from the topic experts, but sometimes other companies, when you engage with these other companies, you find so many other valuable suggestions and recommendations as well that you can certainly take into consideration for your company. So this is a wonderful platform where we can share and learn from other peers who are doing some probably amazing works. And then we'll be giving you some takeaway activities. So how you can apply SDG Ambition to your own context, and that you can do on your own time. So these activities are expected that if these activities are aligned with the next session, so you'll be expected that before you come to the next session, you at least complete the activities so that we can share the findings of that particular session. But there's going to be sufficient time between the sessions so that we are giving you significant time to complete these different activities. And you can always do it at your own time and pace. You don't have to do these activities in a group setting. And finally, you will be given access to the accelerator platform. So it's going to be an online space to access all these different resources. You can post your questions, you can join chats, you can also learn and engage with the other companies that are participating in the program, not only in Canada, but globally. So because this is a global program, but this program in Canada will be offered by us, but so you will be when the session is going to be happening, the facilitated workshops, you will be only engaging with the Canadian participants. But through this accelerator platform, you will have access to join and connect with your global peers. Like this program, I believe in round 2, will be offered by at least 45 other countries. So there are going to be at least 600, 700, 800 more companies who will also be doing or will be going through the same exercises. So if you have any questions, you would like to join in the chat, you can always do that through this accelerator platform. So the way we are going to do all these different activities and will be providing this, the ways that I have just shared with you, going to be through 3 modules. And in the first module, we're going to be discussing how to strategically prioritize actions that will accelerate impact on the SDGs. The second module, where the focus is going to be setting these ambitious goals, will be how to set targets aligned with absolute benchmarks, and how to build buy-in internally, where we have seen a lot of companies face big challenges, like how do we convince our supervisor or managers or CEO that we need to seriously work on these things. So that's also going to be a focus of the second module. And in the module 3, we will try to help you to hardware these ambitious goals into core business processes, and how exactly you can design system thinking or integrate system thinking to enable these goals. And you can see on the bottom of the screen what is the different expected outcome you can have from this program. So after the completion of the first module, it is expected that your organization or the participants nominated by your organization will have identification of the priority impact areas. And then after the completion of the second module, you will have draft goals aligned with this SDG Ambition Benchmark. And after the completion of the program, which is the end of the module 3, you will have a mapped integration journey that can that will give you the guidance, like going forward, what exactly your organization should be doing with this ambition. And that was the broad overview of the 3 modules. But if you're interested in knowing more, like under each of those modules, what exact activity you will be doing. So when we'll be in that module 1 phase, we will provide you 2 on-demand sessions, and the description of this on-demand sessions is already there. So the on-demand sessions are the contents that's already been uploaded for you in the academy sessions, and we'll be guiding you towards those. So you are expected to go through at least 2 on-demand sessions, and there will be 1 facilitated sessions for 2.5 hours, where we'll be helping you to identify priority benchmarkings and moving from benchmarking to goal setting. And then there will going to be 1 self-led activity, the activity that we'll be giving you that you need to complete before coming to the next exercise. And the other optional facilitated sessions, where we'll try to have this informal conversation between the participants. That's something that we're gonna ask you if you're interested in doing that. If we see strong interest between the group of participants that know they want that particular session, we will also arrange that for you. In module 2, similarly, we're going to have 3 on-demand sessions on this particular topics that you can see on the screen. There are going to be 2 facilitated sessions. So altogether, it's going to be 4.5 hours in total, where we'll be looking at industry inspiration, visioning, and linking, and also guiding you, like how can you get that general buy-in. And then again, there are going to be some takeaway activities that you need to complete before module 3. Similarly, for module 3, implementation and pitch, we will also help you to how you can present that particular information to your senior management. So there's going to be 3 on-demand sessions on integration, balancing human plus machine, and crafting your pitch. And there's going to be 4 facilitated sessions, 9 hours in total, where we'll be actually getting more into like shaping that overall ambition for your organization and giving you a very clear pathway that how you can achieve that after the completion of the program. So after the end of the program, it is expected that you will have a very clear pathway in front of you, how your organization can stay committed to that particular ambition that you will be setting through this particular program, and what are the different follow-up process, monitoring, enabling framework, so that you can make sure that your organization is on the path of achieving that particular ambition towards SDGs. And when I'm mentioning the facilitated workshops, so we are very pleased to announce that we have partnered with Accenture Canada to provide those different facilitated workshops. So all the facilitated workshops that you're seeing here under 3 modules, under module 1, the first one, under module 2, 2 facilitated sessions, and under module 3, 4. So altogether 7 facilitated sessions. All of these sessions will be facilitated by Accenture Canada, who has also helped UN Global Compact to develop this SDGs ambitions benchmarks, and they have a very good understanding how they can apply to your businesses, and they are the best resource to guide your organization for this particular activity. And if you have any question regarding this program or your participation and any other content that you're seeing in the presentation today, I'll be your main key contact point from Global Compact Network Canada, and you can see my email address there. I'm at globalcompact.ca. And also we have a dedicated web page for this particular program. That is the global on our website. If you go globalcompact.ca, and there's a page called SDG Ambition Accelerator, and you can find all more relevant information about this program before you even apply to this one. So how does the journey look like from now to end of the program? So right now we are at the recruiting phase, which means that we are collecting participation interest from different organizations, and the registration will be closing on September 30th. So after September 30th, unfortunately, we won't be able to accept any new applications. So if you are willing to participate in this program, we are encouraging that you please do so as soon as possible, because this is a very active engagement program. So we won't be able to accept too many organizations. We have a certain cap. So if you want to secure your position in this particular program, we would encourage that you apply as soon as possible. As soon as we feel that, okay, we are going over our capacity in terms of participation, we'll close the application right away. And unfortunately, we won't be able to accept any new participants. And this particular program is designed for businesses only. So if your organization is a business, doesn't matter if it's an SME or company, you can certainly apply to join this program and learn from your industry peers and also from the facilitators that we have in this program. In October 2021, that 1 month, we'll be doing a participant onboarding. So kind of familiarizing with you with all the different content, the approaches, the timeline, how exactly you can access the different modules. When we say platform, how can you access that? It's more about giving you an understanding how best you can use the resources that we are sharing with you. It's more about being familiar with the program approach. And then from November to April 2022, the 6 months time, that's where we're going to be distributing those 3 modules. So module 1, module 2, module 3. And one thing we can make sure that in round 1 as well, we have seen that there is significant space out between each of the sessions. So you can be rest assured that you're going to have sufficient time to also do your own work in the organization and also stay committed to this particular program and get the benefit of this amazing resource that UN Global Compact is offering to you. At the end of April 22, this program is expected, the round 2 of the program is expected to end. And we're going to do a follow-up survey to see how exactly you have been benefited through this program. And hopefully when we'll be doing the round 3 presentation, like how we have showcased the round 1 stat today, next year, maybe the stats will improve significantly. As the program is in round 2 now, we are also updating it from and taking the lessons learned from round 1 implementation. So we are hoping to offer this program in a more effective manner this year. So in terms of your to understand the eligibility criteria, so one thing it is mandatory is that your organization must be a UN Global Compact participant or a signatory. And so your organization, to participate in the Canadian stream of the program, it must be a Canadian-based organization, and your organization need to be a participant and signatory. If your organization is already a participant and signatory, you can certainly apply to the program right away. If you're interested in joining UN Global Compact, would like to learn more how you can join UN Global Compact so that you can participate in this program and so many other different programs that UN Global Compact offers, you can certainly reach out to me, and I can guide you to kind of prepare your application or let you know more about the joining process and the different benefits UN Global Compact offers to the businesses. And also this program is open to the Canadian subsidiaries of global UN Global Compact signatory and participants. So let's say your organization is based in UK, but you have a strong Canadian operation, and your Canadian operation is willing to solve these different particular SDG challenges. We are certainly welcoming those organizations too. But for the subsidiaries, they must be a part of UN Global Compact, the local chapter that we have. So unless we cannot just, if your organization is based in headquarters and you want your Canadian organization or Canadian subsidiary to be a part of this program, it is mandatory that your organization officially joins the local network so that we can put you on the official list of the UN Global Compact companies, and we can give you access to the platform. The reason we need to have this mandatory participation criteria, because you will be given access to the UN Global Compact Academy platforms, and also you'll be given access to the accelerator platform. And if you're not officially part of the UN Global Compact profile page, then you can't get those accesses. So in order for us to give you that access, it is important that you officially become a part of this network. And then the other very important criteria is that although this program is a strong learning opportunity for many organizations to see how they can shape their overall sustainability commitment, but we are expecting the organizations to have that already inbuilt commitment towards strengthening corporate targets and setting an action to increase the overall sustainable development goals. We want to see organizations who understands the importance of SDGs towards their business, who are willing to contribute more towards SDGs, and who are just probably struggling to shape up, okay, how best we can do that, how best we can solidify our commitment towards SDGs. So those are the kind of organizations we are expecting in this program to participate, and we're going to have some really fruitful discussions during the workshops to help you guide in those different areas. Few more things that are important for you to know. If you're expecting to participate in this program, it is expected that you will be nominating at least 2 representatives from your organizations. They can be anyone from your sustainability team or any other team who has some, let's say you're looking at the 10 SDG ambitions. Just for an example, you want to set an ambition towards gender equality. So maybe one of the representatives can also come from HR or diversity and inclusion team or any other representative team that probably is working in the organization towards that particular initiative. So it doesn't have to be from the CSR team, from the sustainability team. It can be anyone from the organization. And that is what exactly we are expecting. Because if you're working towards climate initiative, maybe the sustainability team doesn't have the full length of information. If you're working towards circular economy, maybe there is another colleague in the team who's more familiar about those particular initiatives. So we want to have that team synergy going on in this program, and maybe one from the sustainability team, or maybe a lead contact of your organization, and someone else who's working on that particular initiative in the organization should be joining this program to get the maximum benefit out of this initiative. And then we would also require 1 executive level champion. That could be one of the directors, one of the SVPs, the CEOs, the CSOs. So they will be actually be responsible to follow the program developments. We'll be checking with you time to time, like, okay, when you want to commit that, okay, my organization is willing to commit on this particular SDG ambition. As a participant, maybe you won't be able to do it on your own. You need to get the buy-in from your CEO or from your supervisor or from a director, whoever is managing the organization's sustainability efforts, to say, okay, officially commit for this SDG ambition, and then see how these organizations can help you. So to get that, you need to have or be mentored or guided by an executive sponsor or someone like that, who can be an executive level champion. And in this program, we'll be regarding them as champions, and you will be the representatives of the program. So it's going to be a team of 3 at least, but you can always nominate as many members as you want to get the maximum benefit of this program. And there is some registration fees as well to confirm your participation. So if your organization is a UN Global Compact participant already, the registration fee is Canadian $600 only plus HST. If you're a signatory to your organization, it's going to be Canadian $900 plus HST. And we also have some different local network supporters who are the premium supporters, patron, and visionary. And these are the different discounts mentioned for them. In case you're not sure if you fall in which of the categories you belong here, you can always send us an email. As soon as we receive the company name, we can check from our end and let you know, okay, this is the fee applicable to your organization. So don't worry too much about this one, but as soon as the more important part is that we have your interest and we have your confirmation as soon as possible. These things we can always take care later. And the other thing I wanted to remind again, the deadline to register for this SDG Ambition Accelerator program is September 30th, 2021, but please do not wait until that end time, because what we have seen in other countries and in round 1, these spots gets filled really quickly. And depending on what kind of organizations we are getting, we do not have too many spots open for this particular program. So the sooner you apply, the sooner you can actually confirm your particular slot. And once you apply, and we can do the particular due diligence, we'll be having a quick session with you to understand, okay, why exactly you want to participate in this program. We'll be guiding you through how exactly you can do the formal registration in the program. But if you don't have any question, you want to straight away register for this program today, you can just go to our website. There is a registration link at the bottom of that web page, and you will find all the relevant information, all the information that you need to provide to at least register your organization for this particular initiative. In case you have any other follow-up questions, you can always reach out to me at iman@globalcompact.ca. I'll be very happy to respond to any of your queries. So I believe that's all the kind of content I wanted to present in this informational webinar session. But then again, we want to spend significant amount of time for any Q&A so that we can try to respond as many questions from the audience today and try to see how best we can help you facilitate in this particular program registration. So let me go back to Slido and see if we already have some questions posted there. Is this open to all industries? Definitely. As I have also showed you the stats from round one, we are having participation from all across industries because SDGs are never specific to just one industry. SDGs apply to all businesses, regardless of their size, industry, sector. So yes, this SDG ambition is applicable to all industries. How does the SDG Accelerator program target and help different business industries achieve their goal? Is there a business specialist assigned to similar companies? How does the program target and how different business industries to achieve? So what we usually see that in majority of the organizations, there is at least 1 or 2 persons who are responsible to manage their overall sustainability initiatives. So our goal through this program is to actually help those different people who manages the sustainability operations within the organization to kind of help them streamline this different SDGs commitment, SDGs targets, goal, and how best they can report back on these goals. So yes, that's a person that we are willing to engage. And then again, you need to nominate at least 2 representatives. So that one person could be from the sustainability team and the other person could be related to any of the ambition that you think your organization would be willing to comment through this particular program. Is Accenture doing the session just for Canada or globally? Accenture has developed the overall program for UN Global Compact, but in terms of facilitation, they in Canada, we have made a particular arrangement with Accenture Canada. I'm not too sure any of our other global colleagues have also done the same in their countries, but so far I haven't received any other any information similar to that. But Accenture Canada, they are also facilitating our YC program, the Young SDG Innovators program, and we have they are for this particular SDG Ambition program, as they have designed this whole program along with UN Global Compact. We thought that they are the best organization to reach out to offer these different facilitation sessions, and they kindly accepted to do that for us. Let me see what other questions I have here. What if we can only appoint 2 persons, 1 representative and 1 executive? Unfortunately, that's not something that we are expecting at this stage, because the way this program is structured, you need at least these 3 people. It's going to be really heavy for just 1 participant to participate in these different workshop sessions. And also, sometimes we find that if there is just 1 participant and for some reason they are unable to attend 1 or 2 particular sessions, it gets really challenging for them to kind of get back to that session content, again, keep up to pace. But if there are 2 colleagues at least, they can always support each other. So for any of the sessions, let's say there is an emergency that one colleague cannot attend anyway, the other colleague can always fill that other colleague too in terms of those particular content. So it is expected that you need to nominate at least 2 colleagues who will be particularly attending the sessions and will be working with the facilitators and through those different on-demand sessions. And then we'll have 1 executive champion to guide and lead the team of 2. If a company doesn't currently have any corporate targets to achieve the sustainable development goals, can they still participate in the accelerator programs? Absolutely. Like, there is no need to accelerate progress at a faster than incremental pace and jumpstart progress and impact. The SDG ambition approach can be applied to businesses without any current targets or goals aligned with the SDGs. And joining your business actually with this SDG Ambition program also going to connect your business with peers who are in the same position as you are. So there's a immense learning opportunity, and the content that we have already created for you, you can also learn from the content. So yes, don't worry if you haven't set the targets yet. The program is expected to guide you through the whole process. Let's see the next question. I'm so happy that I'm seeing some great questions from the audience today, and hopefully this kind of communicates that there is strong interest to participate in the program, and I'm really looking forward to receiving those registration requests. What is the total time commitment for the program? So there are 2 on-demand sessions, which are an hour each. So 2 to 3 workshops an hour each. But on an average, it's like 3 hours per module. So you're almost looking at dedicating 30 hours for this program in a span of 6 months. So on an average, you can expect that you will be spending roughly around 9 hours per module. But the first module is going to be only for 3 hours. The second module is going to be, let's say, 6 hours. And the final module, as we have more facilitated sessions. So at the end of the program, there will be a little bit more time commitment. But overall, you're not expected to put, at least the 2 participants are not expected to put more than 30 hours across this whole 6 months program. Over 98% of the companies in Canada have less than 100 employees. Is this program appropriate for them too? Yeah, absolutely. If your organization has a commitment towards sustainability, and if your organization is willing to strengthen their overall ambition towards the SDGs, let's say we have a company of 50 or 50 people, and these ambitions are applicable to different departments of the organization. So if we have one sustainability person and the other colleague from any other department, so it should be applicable to organizations of any size. So yes, this is certainly applicable, and we are actually encouraging more and more SMEs to participate in these programs, because SMEs are the overall engine of economic development, and without their active contribution towards the SDGs, it is almost impossible for the government to even get closer to the targets. So yes, absolutely it is possible, and it is very much appropriate for them. Let's see the last question here. Let me see. Okay. What is the outcome of the program? One second. I'm just trying to see the screen here. Okay. At the conclusion of the accelerator program, you are expected that the participants will have at least 1 or more revised or new goals aligned with the SDGs Ambition Benchmark, or at least you will have on a priority topic. Like you will know, like, okay, my organizations have committed to at least 1 or more SDG ambition. And at the end of the program, it is expected that you will have a mapped integration journey that outlines how exactly your organization will be achieving that ambition, and a very clear plan of action to implement the SDGs with the 6 months of completion within the 6 months of completion of the accelerator program. So the way we'll be setting the path for you, it can always take more time than 6 months, but the way we'll be setting the path for you, that your organization should be able to have a very clear pathway, and will be able to achieve that ambition within 6 months of the completion of the program. But then again, after the completion of the program, if you think that your organization would like to take more time based on the different resources that you have collected, you'd like to revisit so many different things in your organization, there is no mandatory requirement that you have to complete the ambition within 6 months. It is what we have seen in round 1. It is what we have seen other organizations doing that as well. But you can take the learning from this program and use it as in any way you want. So the scopes and the opportunities are unlimited. It's just that how best you are seeing the benefit, and how best you are participating in the program and trying to get these amazing resources that UN Global Compact has created for you. I believe we have time to take some more questions. I'm glad that questions are coming in. Apart from participating in the training sessions, are there any other commitment that companies participating in the accelerator program must assume? So yes, you are just expected to participate in those 4 different engagement ways that I have highlighted. So the participants are expected to go through the on-demand sessions. They're expected to definitely attend the facilitated sessions, and also do the takeaway activities, which the time indication that I've provided should definitely be limited within those particular activities. So let's say the 30 hours of dedicated facilitated sessions and on-demand sessions. But then how much time you want to dedicate to do the takeaway activities is absolutely up to you. You can do 1 hour each day and take the time until the next session to complete those activities. But it's mostly the on-demand sessions and the facilitated sessions that you must dedicate some time to go through those, because without the on-demand sessions learning, the facilitated session is going to be difficult for you to follow. And without even attending the facilitated sessions, there's going to be no way that you will be able to get the desired results from this program. So the two mandatory participation criteria are not the criteria, but the participation modules for you are the on-demand sessions and the facilitated sessions. Our company already has a sustainable goal. Why should we join the accelerator? Interesting question. So the results of the Global Compact Network report demonstrates that we have almost 81% companies within UN Global Compact who have set these corporate targets and goals. But when we ask about the next steps, okay, how exactly you're utilizing those goals and targets, do you have a clear path to report back on these goals and targets? We see that response drops down to almost 40%. So the targets have been set, but there is no clear pathway like how organizations can actually achieve that. And that's the challenge we are trying to tackle through this particular program. And hopefully at the end of this program, your organizations will learn it's not enough just to set the targets. There should be a very clear pathway that can guide your organizations to achieve those goals and targets, and also the how, like what else could be the best way other than engaging with the organizations that your organization have already committed as a signatory participant, and also with the industry peers. So yes, even if your organization has the targets and the goals, you should still join the accelerator programs to have that pathway guided by these facilitators, and also by looking at other companies, how they're also approaching this particular approach. For SMEs, recommend you start by completing B impact assessment, not to get baseline. From there, you can map the SDGs, email to. Okay, that's a good point, Michael, there. You can certainly do that, but this program will be based on the SDG Action Manager. So if you want to, and the SDG Action Manager has been designed by UN Global Compact and B Impact Assessment. So if you want to go ahead and take some more preparation even before you join the program, you can certainly go through that impact assessment, and that will help you identify what are the priority SDGs for your organization. So you can certainly look at the resource called SDG Action Manager, and you can start looking into the different questions there. And if you, I would recommend that you first fill out the mandatory questions or the mandatory information in that particular platform, and then the platform will guide you what are the next steps. But through this program, we will actually be doing that whole exercise with you. So if you don't want to do that early, that's completely fine. But if you want to have an early understanding about how this process is going to work, you can start looking at the SDG Action Manager too. Michael, I'm glad that you're attending the session. Good to see you there. Great. Thanks for reconfirming that, Michael. Okay, we still have another 10 minutes to go. If you have any other questions, we can certainly respond to that. I think I'm not missing any other questions. What tools will the accelerator be using, and what technology platforms will support the initiative? So we'll mostly use the same platform as the academy. So if you're familiar with this technology already, if you have already previously engaged with the platform, it's going to be very easy for you. So most of those on-demand sessions going to be through the academy learning sessions. That's like a dedicated learning platform designed by UN Global Compact. And also anyone that has a technology platform is able to participate in this program. Like there is no particular crazy technology that you need to be aware of, or you need to kind of equip yourself with. It's going to be like a basic Excel, Word, PowerPoint, Google Drive, those kind of things. And if you are being able to attend a Zoom session, you should be able to attend all the virtual sessions that will be offered through this program. Okay. Just trying to see if I'm missing any other questions from here. We still have 10 more minutes to go, so feel free to ask if there is any other questions you may have. And also, I know that there is a particular requirement about joining UN Global Compact, and I was looking at the registration list. There are a number of different interested participants that are still not part of UN Global Compact. So if you're interested in joining UN Global Compact or know more about why you should join UN Global Compact and how you can do that, I can certainly help you with that. Please send me an email and we can schedule a call, or maybe we can even discuss it within the email to guide you through that process. And SDG Ambition Accelerator is just one of the many benefits that even Global Compact offers to their companies. There are so many more that I can certainly explain to you when we have that conversation. How does this program relate to GRI or any other sustainability reporting? So this isn't a specific reporting platform. So we would hope that the learning and takeaways that we'll be receiving from this program, both around goal settings and different ways through tracking progress, will actually help you to inform and make more robust reporting practices, but no requirement or any barrier to entry like around reporting. Like you are not expected to report back on this particular engagement through this SDG Ambition program. We will be guiding you through this SDG Ambition program, how best you can report back on the different SDGs. That's going to be a part of the program, but as an output of the program or as a requirement of this program, there is no reporting requirement. It is all up to you how best you want to use the resources that has been provided to you through this program. And SDGs, we have already the practical guide around the Sustainable Development Goals came out almost like 4 years ago. And in that guide, what we tried to do, actually not the practical guide, there is one more guide that's called SDGs Goals and Targets, more in details. So in that guide, what we have done is that we have took each of those 169 indicators and identified all the relevance with the GRI and all the other reporting requirements, so that if your organization is already committing to a particular target, you can have a very clear understanding, and you're already reporting on, let's say, GRI or using any other platform, you have a very good, clear understanding what does that particular SDG goal and target, how does that relate to any other reporting mechanism. So that guide is already out there. It was published almost like 4 years ago, but unfortunately, I don't have the link to that guide right away. But if you're interested in learning more about that guide, again, please shoot me a quick email. And I'll be very happy to share the resource with you. Next question. Are there any industry-specific benchmarks, for example, automotive, consumer products, or pharma industry? No industry-specific lenses planned, but bringing together industry peers for conversation to assess what is specific to a certain industry is going to be really valuable. But we haven't planned any industry-specific approaches. And as I've mentioned earlier, these SDGs are not specific to any industry or sector. They apply and they contribute to all different sectors and industries. So don't worry if you think that, okay, your industry probably is not enough, it does not have enough to contribute towards SDGs. Every business operation has a lot to contribute towards SDGs, and that's what we're expecting, and that's what we'll be hoping to guiding you towards this, through this program. Besides the module provided in this program, are there any other resources provided for companies to meet their benchmarks? Through this program particularly, so everything that I've shared through this on those different 3 modules, that's exactly what you'll be receiving through your participation in this program around those 6 months. But if there is any other particular resources that you're expecting, and you kind of communicate to us, okay, this is, let's say you want to improve your overall human rights policy or human rights approach or your climate action approaches, we have hundreds of more resources to help your organizations improve your overall sustainability commitment. And we can certainly guide you through those resources. But in this program, when you're participating in this SDG Ambition program, you will be directed to particular resources that apply to your understanding and knowledge, and resources that you need to use to complete this particular program. But if you're in need of any other resources, we can certainly help you with that if we already have created something around that. Okay, so I'm not seeing any more questions coming in, and we are almost at the close of the session. So if I do not see any other questions coming in the next 10 seconds, maybe we can conclude the session here today. And I'm really looking forward to receiving the application request. And please visit our website, globalcompact.ca, and you'll find the SDG Ambition Accelerator page there. There's some more FAQs, some more information. The program brochure is also there, some more benefits, some more whys and whats. What is this program about? Why you should business should attend this program. So all those information are already listed there. And at the bottom of that page, you will also see that how your organization can register for the program. If you click on that link, that will take you to the registration portal. And as soon as you do that, we can be in touch. Thank you so much, Michael. That's just one of the many initiatives that we are trying to help businesses in Canada with. And thanks for always being there and be one of our best wishers. Good to have you in this session. Okay, so let's conclude the session here today. Thank you so much again for your participation. And I look forward to engaging with you through this program. Thanks.